don't want to just talk about bad stuff, I want to talk about like what happened and then how I was over able to overcome it. So basically, it took me 3 years to overcome my daily struggles. And here is what I did. And it started with my mindset. I had to understand that nobody was going to save me. And I had to stop throwing myself a pity party for allowing time to pass me by while I was just living in my own delusional mind. And so at some point in my life, I had to realize like I had to make the changes. And it all started with my thinking, my mindset. And so I asked myself, okay, what do I need? And to be honest, a lot of us just need to learn how to be more grateful. Like, there's nothing really wrong with us. We just need to learn how to be more grateful for the things that we already asked for. It goes from the car we drive to where we work to the money we have to the food we eat to the people we hang around. Like, we just need to be more grateful. And so, basically, at some point in time in our lives, we ask for these things. Like, nobody told you to go apply to that job, and no one told you agree to the pay they gave you. You agreed to it. And so, really, we just need to get into a mindset of just being grateful for what we have. And then we can be open to receiving more. And so, a lot of times we just have a overconsumption of other people's lives. We just don't know where to start because basically we are consuming so much of other people's lives and what other people are doing that we're not tending to our own. And so, we have to learn to understand that we all are creatives. And so you have to create the life that you want to live. Nobody's going to do it for you. And so that's why they say, take time out for yourself. Go for a walk, go for a jog, clear your mind so you don't overthink and don't feel like you don't know where to go. It's the same as, someone who's constantly saying they are H word, horny. Yes, that is a thing, but you have to also understand you can't watch naked people on your phone all day and not to expect that to be on the forefront of your mind. You have to fill your mind with things that will help you learn and grow. And so your personal development is the best place to start. How are you developing yourself, whether it's in the gym, what you see every day on Instagram, how you uh, learn new things, new life experiences. And so for me, I become addicted to self development, personal growth. And so those things add value to my life. I rather do that than consume other people's lives so much. And so you really just have to take the time out just to say, okay, I'm going to go this new route and I'm no person, place, or thing's going to stop me. And so for me, I had to look at, my daily routine. Like my routine was not the best. I would get up and I would get on my phone, I would smoke, I would do things that weren't really the best interest for me. And I had to come to realization like, wow, these things really harming me. And I was like, yeah, they are. Because throughout the day, I would drag myself. And so the first thing I do in my daily routine is before I open my eyes, I've gotten into the habit of just saying thank you. Thank you for a great day today. Thank you that something good is going to happen for me today. Thank you that I'm happy, healthy, love, wealthy, and it's going to be one of the best days of my life. I don't know how the day's going to go, but at least I put it out there before I woken up, woken up, woken up to say that it's going to be a good day for me. Because if not, I said this before, you'll just be subject to everybody else mass consciousness in their mind and what they're going through. That's how you learn to pick up the habit of taking things too personal. And so for me, you have to understand walking out here that everybody's filled with garbage. Everyone's filled with garbage. And so you can either choose to allow people to dump their garbage out on you if they're having a rough day, or you can choose to just ignore them. Don't take everything in. You know, it's okay to say to yourself things that are not good for your well being, that I do not receive that. That's for a prime example as someone saying to me, wow, we getting so old. I will tell you, no, I do not receive that because I don't want to think of myself as old, like I'm not old at all. And I feel like, yeah, I might have a old soul, but like in reality, I feel as though I'm a young person. I'm a young, I'm still in my 20s. Like in my mind, call me whatever you want, but I feel like that's how you should see yourself, and we should see ourselves as attractive. It's okay to look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm confident and I'm doing my best. Because if you don't say it, you'll never believe it. And so it's really blocking out those shadow thoughts and looking yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, I got this. I'm doing my very best. I'm doing a great job. I'm so confident in my ability today. And even if I don't succeed into everything I want to do, at least I did something. I took care of myself. I ate something healthy. I went to the gym. I said hello to a stranger. Those things people take for granted, but they don't realize how they affect your daily life. And so your routine should really stick with, just basically taking care of yourself. I always say start from your head to your toes. For me, I have experienced a light. I don't want to say it. I have experienced some hair follicles falling out. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what do I need? Like, what does my hair need? And I was like, wow, I need hair oil. So I've been constantly putting hair oil in my head, the one that helps it tingle, the mint one, the rosemary one. And so that's what I have been using to make sure that I keep my hair because I don't want to be bald if I don't have to be bald. Like, that's not me. Like, I want to take care of what I have. And as far as, my skin goes, I have psoriasis. I know I need to go get my injections done to take care of my skin and put lotion on too, and also take care of my face. I know that I'll say it, but one of my biggest things that I have been learning to work on is my face. And so I realized that I do not like facial hair. And so I just need to come to a place in my life where I go get laser hair removal. Is it laser hair? Yeah, laser hair removal. So I don't have ingrown hairs because I don't want ingrown hairs. And as far as, like your body goes, the more you take care of it, the better off you'll be. Yes, things might be expensive at first to buy, but when you start to see the results of how you feel, you will be more likely to want to continue to take care of yourself. Case in point, the gym. You're going to the gym for the rest of your life. So you might as well start today. It's not about being sore. Just get there. Just get there. Sit in the sauna if they have one for at least 5 minutes. At least you're starting to go. Basically, when you're starting out at the gym, you just want to make it a consistent habit. You don't have to be so hard on yourself, to know what to do. And so I feel like a lot of times people avoid going to the gym because they don't know what to do. And so as you continue your journey and going, you will be more prone to learning more things as you go. You'll understand what stabilization is. You'll understand what muscle building is or fat and weight loss is. And so if you take the time to really just go, it'll be easier for you. Just think good thoughts, block out all those negative, self sabotaging shadow thoughts that could be holding you back from your well being. Prime example, not feeling good enough, comparing yourself. You don't want to compare yourself to other people because you don't know where they are in their journey. I feel like for me, I've been working out for like the past 11 years since I was about 23. And I feel as though had I invested in myself and got a personal trainer early on when I first started, it wouldn't have taken me so much time to get the body that I was looking for, you know? And so victory always starts in the mind. And so when you think about it, you know, you have to really tell yourself, like, I already have the dream body that I'm looking for. Like my body looks amazing. And I had to learn how to tell that to myself. You know, creating affirmations really helped me get to a body where I wanted to be. I enjoy that now. It's easy for me. And so now it allows me to help other people who may be going through, you know, that transition of learning how to work out. And so, you know, it all boils down to how you speak to yourself. You know, you have to speak to yourself with love and kindness because nobody else is going to do it. Nobody's going to save you. And so you have to be okay with saying to yourself, I'm a work in progress. I am doing the best that I can. I am consistent in my efforts of getting better every day. It's okay to say those things to yourself. You know, you don't have to always think those thoughts. You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but you can choose your thoughts. You know, you can choose what you think about, you can choose what you continue to dwell on. And so you always want to think of yourself as a person, a work in progress. You know, you can't have negative thoughts about yourself and expect to live a good, positive life. You know, you have to think good thoughts about yourself so you can live in that moment of those thoughts. And so, you know, how do you speak to yourself really determines, you know, don't compare yourself, don't be hard on yourself, don't look down on yourself. Always stay encouraged. Block out anything that's negative. I know for me, one of my things is I'll be sitting there and I'll overthink things and I'll realize like, wow, this has nothing to do with my well being. And so I really need to say to myself, oh, I don't want to think about that. And because it's true, like, I don't want to even have to dwell on things that are negative, that bring me down, that make me feel bad about myself. And so I've been making a constant habit of just ignoring those negative thoughts because they're not true, obviously. And I shouldn't be dwelling on them. I want to think of things that are great, you know, happy. And so each day I realize that, you know, I create space for better habits, you know, not giving my time to everyone just because they're lonely. You know, I have to evaluate the situation and be like, how does a person add value to my life? You know, do they lift my energy up or they're just bringing me down? Or because I wouldn't allow people to be around me who complain all the time because I don't complain. You know, I just do the work, I just do it. You know, I don't make excuses for myself. A lot of times people may feel lost in their lives and they're just looking for a way out, and you could be their victim. And so you have to be wary about who you spend your time with. And so I say that to say that your daily habits affect, you know, dictate how you live your life. You know, who you are today is who you will be in 3 years. And so you have to take the time to listen to audiobooks, to learn new verbiage, learn new words. Because if you're just sitting on Instagram all day and look at the same thing over and over again, your mind's going to go crazy. Your mind's going to go crazy because it's just like you're just feeding this habit of constantly being in the same cycle of life, and you're not getting to a place where you can change, you can do better for yourself. And so, you know, that's why it's good to read books. That's why it's good to listen to audiobooks or podcast cash, or just learn new perspectives from coaches, doctors, leaders, anybody who has been to where you want to go in life. And so, you know, these type of relationships help you grow stronger. They will help you develop yourself into the person you want to be. Yes, have a good time. Yes, indulge into pleasure, but also, allow yourself to have the pain and discipline to make new habits of doing better things for yourself so you don't grow old and frail and look back on life and say, wow, I haven't got anything done. You want to look back in life and say, look how much I have accomplished. Look how much I've done. I'm so proud of myself. I can't believe that I've done all these things. I'm doing great and I can help somebody else out. Somebody can learn from your story. And so the people you hang around should be, just as important as the relationship you have with yourself. The relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you can have more than anybody else, because you know that you're the only person that can save you. No one's going to save you. You can't use anyone to fill a void. And you also want to have connections that make you do better, people that hold you accountable, that make, life better for you. And so if you spend your time around the same five people for your whole entire life, you'll never grow. You know, People come into your life either as a lesson or a blessing. And so, you have to choose your battles wisely. Yes, have friends that you can have fun with, but also be around friends that bring out the best in you. I always ask myself when it comes to friendships, how does this person add value to my life? Are they just passing by, or can I really grow and get better from this person? And so, your brain is, I'm reading this from Instagram too, it's really good. It says your brain is wired through the food you eat, the sleep you get, the goals you set, the skills you learn, the exercises you do, the books you read, the music you listen to, the habits you cultivate, the challenges you face, the languages you speak, the thoughts you entertain, the environment you are in, the people you interact with, and the emotions you experience. And also, the biggest one of them all, the technology you engage with. And so you just have to be mindful of your life, see yourself as a work in progress, you're doing your best. And, know that every struggle can be overcame. You can overcome your struggles. And it all starts with your habits, your routine, your addictive behaviors, your way of thinking, your relationship with yourself, like all these things intertwine. Don't let life pass you by without making the moves that you know you need to do. Be loving and kind to yourself, and self is a work in progress. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day and something good happens for you. Wishing you peace of mind, lots of money, peace of mind, lots of money, and lots of success. Yes. Best. Happy Tuesday. Oh, am I stopping? Wow, I had a booger in my nose. That's not a booger. That was just, wow. Okay. I'm going to upload this anyways. I don't care. Yo. This was so much fun. I love myself.